Hello and welcome to QuickBooks. My name is Corinne Anderson and I am your professor for this course. I'm so glad that you're here watching this video, the purpose of which is to get you comfortable navigating this class in Canvas and feeling like you're ready to dive right in and start with the first module, which is our course orientation. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're going to do is look at this class in Canvas, and we're going to navigate to the home page here. So at the top is my contact information. Canvas messages are my preferred way of communication. And then if you scroll down a little, you will see a summary of the modules that are in this class. There are 9 modules of content plus the course orientation. The due dates are listed here on the right. The most important thing about that is first to note that in the first week of the class, you need to complete 2 modules, the orientation and module 1. And then the other thing to note is that modules are always due on Monday nights. So you will have something due every Monday night for this class in the quarter. So if you click on any of these links, it'll take you to the specific module. Or if you come up here to the top in Canvas, click on modules, that's another way to get to all of the content for the course. So here's our orientation module, which is the first thing that you should do after finishing this video. Let's start with our syllabus here. Watching this video doesn't substitute for reading the syllabus, but I am going to hit the most important things here. So there's information here about the textbook. The textbook is required. If you purchase the textbook, it includes access to McGraw-Hill Connect, which is where you will be submitting most of your homework assignments. And then down here, I also state that in addition to using our textbook, another resource that we use is called the QuickBooks Sample Company, which is a place where you can go and practice software features without the ability to make any modifications. So it's a great way to get familiar with the way the software works without being worried about making a mistake that'll mess up your company file. So you will be using the Sample Company for your practice assignments. In addition, you will be creating your very own QuickBooks company file using a free 1-year subscription that you need to register for with Intuit. And your textbook tells you how to do that, get your QuickBooks access set up. And also there's a page in the orientation module that walks you through that process. So the resources you're going to need are the textbook, access to McGraw-Hill Connect, and then the QuickBooks Sample Company for practicing, and then last, your very own QuickBooks subscription that you will register for. So those are the resources that we use in the course. We have different types of assignments, introduction assignments from the course orientation module. Every module will include a reading assignment from your textbook, a practice assignment using the Sample Company, and a project assignment using your own company file that you're going to create using your free subscription to the software. And those are weighted according to this schedule here with some descriptions for each assignment type down below that you should read. Another very important thing to be aware of is the late work policy for this course. In this course, you can turn in your assignments late without any penalty. So you have your weekly due dates on Monday nights, but if you fall behind and you can't get something done, by a particular Monday night, don't worry about it. There's no penalty. You can still go in and access your assignments through the end of the quarter, but try your best not to get too far behind, because as you're building your company file, you have to build it week by week. You can't skip anything, or else your file is going to be incomplete. And at the end of the class, your financial statements will be incomplete. So you can't skip anything. You have to do each chapter. And so try your best to just work on it every week and not get too far behind. But you can always catch up without penalty if you do need to turn in something late. So that's the late work policy. So that's our course syllabus. I'm going to just return to the orientation module. So there's information here about enabling your Connect access. And then you have 4 short assignments in the orientation module. The first one is an introduce yourself discussion. You need to introduce yourself to the class and make 2 replies to your classmates in order to get full credit here. There's a course contract where you're going to acknowledge that you understand the way the course works. And then these last 2 assignments will be found in McGraw-Hill Connect. So you can't access these until you've set up your Connect access, but please refer to this page right here about getting Connect set up and linked to Canvas. So these 2 have you watch videos that show you how to use McGraw-Hill Connect. You watch the video, answer a multiple choice question. That's what these last 2 orientation assignments are. So that's the course orientation module. That's where you should start. And now let's take a look at what our other weekly modules are going to be looking like. So for each module, there's an introduction page that goes over what we're talking about for the week. There's a videos page that links you to Intuit videos to help you use certain QuickBooks features. And then you have your assignments for the week, and all of these are located within Connect. You have a reading assignment, a practice assignment, and a project assignment. Practice assignments are completed using the sample company, where you can't make any mistakes because it never saves what you do. You can exit out of the sample company and get back in. And then your project assignments are using your own company file with your own QuickBooks subscription. And then in the chapter 1 module, there is an extra assignment to invite me as an instructor to be able to have accountant access to your company file. Instructions for this are found in your chapter 1 of your textbook. But the important thing about doing this is that if you have any kind of a problem with your QuickBooks, if you have added me successfully as an accountant viewer, I can go in and look at your QuickBooks file. I can see what you've done, and I can let you know what you need to do. If there's a mistake that you've made or something's wrong, I can let you know what to do. I can very easily see everything you've done. So in the chapter 1, you will be inviting me as an instructor, but that will be explained in the chapter 1 project, how to go in and do that. Then there's a summary page wrapping up each chapter, and then you'll just move to the next chapter, and it's set up in a similar way: introduction, supplementary videos, a reading assignment, a practice assignment, and a project assignment. So that's what you'll be doing for the class, is working your way through the course modules. Please reach out to me though if you have any questions. Last thing I want to do here is just show you what the sample company looks like and show you what Connect looks like. So I'm going to move over and we're going to look at the sample company. So this is the sample company. I'm going to click to get in. The sample company is called Craig's Landscaping and Design. And it is a place for you to practice and learn how to use QuickBooks. And it looks just like any QuickBooks company file is configured. It should have all of the same features that you're going to have in your own company file. It's taking it a minute to load here. But here's our QuickBooks sample company. And so there's data already in this company file. You can go in and you'll be entering transactions, learning about how to use QuickBooks. But the beautiful thing about the sample company, as I said before, is if you leave the sample company, if you close it, all the data resets to how it was before you came in. So you can't make any permanent modifications to this company file. You can go in and input a transaction. And if you've made a mistake, just close it and open it again, and anything you've done will have been deleted. So this is where all of your practice assignments are going to be completed in Craig's Design and Landscaping Services, the QuickBooks test company. And the other thing I want to show you is just the McGraw-Hill Connect for this course. So within McGraw-Hill Connect, there is a folder for each module with any assignments that relate to that module listed here in the folder. So you can come to McGraw-Hill Connect straight from Canvas using the McGraw-Hill Connect navigation tab, or you can click any of your assignments in the module is the other way that you can access your Connect assignments. And right here on the right is your ebook. You can buy the physical book from the bookstore, or if you only want ebook access, you can purchase just the ebook with Connect Access as well. But if you buy the hard copy of the textbook, you will also automatically get access to the ebook. So that's McGraw-Hill Connect. That's where you're going to be submitting your practice assignments and your project assignments. Well, I think that's everything that you need to get started. Go ahead and start with that orientation module. If you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. I love to hear from you guys and help you in any way that I can. Thanks for watching.